So for this week, I'm actually going to show all the TokyoPop stuff. Marmalade Boy is a TokyoPop release. And I'm not trying to show any in any particular order other than the way they're conveniently piled on the side. I've only ever watched either the first part or only like the first disc of the first part. I can't remember. That's a big problem. You watch a lot of stuff and sometimes you just forget things that your mind decides are important. So I can't say for certain whether or not what my impression of the series was, other than it seemed like a pretty enjoyable, I guess you would call it a shoujo, right? One of these days I'll dive into it because, well, I want to remember. But yeah, that's Marmalade Boy, and I think I've checked before to verify that and look, special Marmalade Boy movie. I'm pretty sure. I think this is all of it. I could be mistaken though. Let's see. Next up, the next TokyoPop release in this pile is a Great Teacher Onizuka. Oh, that could have been a way to verify. Now, this has a Funimation thing in it, so I wonder if TokyoPop was working with Funimation when these came out, because it says TokyoPop there and Funimation down here. I still haven't finished this series. Probably would have by now if I was watching it just on my own. Great Teacher Onizuka. I'm trying to remember if it was a 10 DVD release, and that if these were just repackagings of the 10 DVDs. I can't remember. Let's see. Next up, we have Samurai Girl Real Bout High School, which I remember finding hilarious. Again, this is TokyoPop. Now, these are a bit packed in here because, hold on. Okay, you've got the individual DVDs. And then this, the official soundtrack. Which is really quite nifty. Oh, look, there's a list of songs. It, of course, I think makes it where they all just are a little tight inside the box set. But it looked like I didn't have any problem taking them out. And for this update, I'm actually going to do everything in one go instead of cutting between scenes. Next up, we have Initial D. As you can see, this is the TokyoPop release. The way this one works is pretty simple. The first two seasons are actually released in a single 14 DVD chunk. The stuff being divided by their seasons, I think, didn't really come out until Funimation took over. So I guess Funimation took over some of the TokyoPop stuff in general, didn't they? This is 12, 13, and then 14. I'm not a big car person, so all these cars on the front don't really help a lot. They don't mean anything to me. let's see. Then next up we have the Funimation release of Initial D. I don't see it saying TokyoPop anywhere, but I'm showing Initial D, so in the Funimation version, got a card, and this is Season 1 Part 1, or First Stage Part 1 with 2 discs. Then we've got Season 1 Part 2 with 2 more discs. This time, these cards. Then you've got Season 2 and the OVA Extra Stage. This one has 3 discs. And a couple cards I don't know the significance of. I really ought to watch this. Initial D. Third Stage is a movie, so it's just the single DVD with its Funimation inserts still in it. This is a new cast of voices. So I think it might make sense to not mix and match them, although I don't know for certain. Then we've got Fourth Stage Part 1, the 2-disc thing with more cars. And Fourth Stage Part 2 with more cars. I don't really know the significance of all the cars, like I said. Oh well. Let's see. Then we've got Rain. This is the original director's cut, I guess. From the director of Metropolis and the creator of Aeon Flux. So that would explain why it looks like Aeon Flux, but is still considered an anime. I believe I double checked on the NDB at the time I bought it. We got the 4 DVDs. We've got Saint Tail. I remember having a little trouble getting these DVDs back when I had trouble telling them apart. Now, these were the first 5. So the 6, 7, and 8 were never released, except in this complete collection. You got 6, 7, and 8. And it's unfortunate that there isn't consistency, but basically this one is subtitled only, and these ones are dub and sub. So it probably makes sense to watch it all subtitled from the beginning, although it wasn't too big of a shock going from the dub to the sub. And it's really nice that they actually did release the rest of it instead of stopping. You know, some companies don't go all the way like that. Let's actually move this off for the next part. Next up comes my favorite TokyoPop release and one of my top 21 series, Brigadoon. Although to explain why this is one of my favorites would be kind of difficult. It's a really strange series. And then last but not least, first of all, Vampire Princess Miu OVA DVDs 1 and 2. These were actually Animego. The people who did Urusei Yatsura and Mason Ikoku. Or maybe not Mason Ikoku, but Kimagure Orange Road. I'm not quite sure who did Mason Ikoku right now, but those are necessarily a prequel to Vampire Princess Miu, which was done by TokyoPop. Might have been one of their really early releases. Because I think these are pretty old. But despite their age, they're fairly affordable. Which is nice. I remember enjoying it, but I'm trying to remember what happened. Huh. Dang it. Oh well. Anyways, that might not be everything, but as far as I can tell, that should be all of the TokyoPop DVD releases. Well, I mean, like, not like every variation of every DVD that they released, but all the series that they released. If I missed any, talk to me, let me know. My database may be a bit incomplete.